Alright, I'm going to try something. I've done this before, but I want to test a couple of these antennas with the Nano VNA. And at some point also, I need to build not an attenuator, but just a RF sampler to test for harmonics on different radios. So we have a bunch of goofy antennas, and most of these you're going to find probably aren't real good. They can get away with it because the radios don't put out a whole ton of power. So let's see which cables we have in here. Got a couple different cables, but we need only one I can't test because of the difference on how it's set up. These are usually really hard to film. These are known to be bad, these Quansheng antennas. But so in order to get this thing to pop up on the screen, also another thing too you kind of want to do is you want to sort of mimic how it would be in real life. Let's go into here and stimulus. Let's see. Start 140. I'm going to go 140, and then I can't use. I need a stylus. Stop. 150. I'm going to go 155. Okay. You see it's moving all over the place. Okay. So this antenna, if we move it here, okay, depending on where we have it, at 140 we're looking pretty good. But still, look, that's 2 to 1. That's not good. Okay, let's try one of these other ones. This one came in the 5RM. Okay. That one's a lot better. Wow. 1.1. Now let's move our points up here. I want to be 147, 500 is still 3 to 1. 2. It depends on where I put it. So that one's a lot better than the Quansheng. Okay, I believe this one here is from the UV17 stock antenna. And I'm using the tri-band one on it, so this one's just sitting. Wow. This one looks great. When I had it over there, I had a dip right where I was at. So we hold it like this. We've got 1.3 at 147, 500. So depending on where we move it, if we touch the metal, you know what I mean? But look at that. Okay. So that's pretty good. So this is the antenna I need to be using on other radios that I don't want a long antenna on. Okay. Now, here's the H3. I just got this the other day, the day before, whatever. I haven't tested this one, so I have no idea what to expect. I don't think it's probably going to be real good. No, it's terrible. It says it's 7 to 1? How could it be that bad? When I hold it here, it says it's really bad. This is so bad that I almost wonder if this antenna is actually defective. How does this thing frickin' work? That's crazy. What's wrong with this thing? Yeah, that's not good. This thing's terrible. Man. That is not good. Okay, we'll try this other one just to make sure that they're all the same. Okay, these are... I thought these were really bad, but apparently they're not the worst. Oh, no, this one looks really bad also. Yeah, depends on where I move it. 6 to 1. On the table, down here, it's really jacking up the SWR, which is kind of interesting. So right here, if I move it over here, I'm about 6 to 1. I'll put it like this. Oh, we're down to like 4. Now, let's go down to a little bit lower of a frequency. 146. Let's go 146. 450. Okay, we got about 4 to 1 on there. That's still not good. So, these are basically scanner antennas. Let's take this Radtel antenna. It looks really crappy. I'm going to guess it probably is. This one's better than the other ones, 2.3. Okay. Alright. That's the 470X. Okay. We have this Radtel. Don't remember the antenna that's on it. Exactly which version of it. It says 136, 174, 400 to 520. Let's see what it reads. Okay. About 3. It's really flat though. We get it up high in the air. I'm not showing it on the camera, but I'm like moving it around. Trying to about 2.9 no matter what I do, depending on how close you are to objects. So that one's not very good either. We've got a few other ones that we can test. Also, the TID radio came with 2 antennas, but I think that they were intended for receiving only. I have, like, let's see. Oh, we got at least 2 more, 3 more. Let me turn that off. What happened to the other antenna I had sitting here? I had an antenna and I took it off the radio because it's just too long. But we got these ones too. I'll set those over here. This is the BMR radio. Let's try the antenna on it. Ah! Okay, hold on. Let me see here. It's the TYT that's going to be the backwards antenna. And I actually think the TYT has the best antenna. Alright, so that one... 2.8. Now, one thing to consider is the Nano VNA can be off a little bit. These are just kind of ballpark figures. The real way to probably do it would be to use the SWR meter, which I do have here, and I'll probably do some testing on that later. But for this video, I just wanted to go through. This is the lowest one yet. So the Baofeng antenna that you guys cry about is 2.0. Your standard cone-shaped Baofeng antenna is number 2 so far. Isn't that crazy? Okay, I think... Aren't these radios... They're UHF only. We're not going to test this one. I don't care what it is. I'm not testing it. What else have we got? We've tried this one on the TID radio. It was pretty bad. We've got a TID radio 771. We'll go open that up. Looks like a bag that a Comet would come in. I like how the TID radio company seems to be trying to do a little bit better of a job than other companies. This is looking really good so far. I got 2.7. If I hold it just right, I can get 2.1. So that's not too bad. It's very, very broad. It's very flat on the spectrum. So that's definitely good. I'll go ahead and put that one back in there. This is a VHF airband antenna. I really don't know that it was going to probably read very good, but let's just test it for the hell of it. I believe this is going to be like really, really low into the band. They call it 120, 300. Okay. Let's just take a look and see what it looks like. It should be bad. At 146, 450, it should be quite bad. And it is. It's 16, 17 to 1. So that's normal. I'm not going to bother to test it at its frequency because you're not supposed to be transmitting at those frequencies anyways. So I think that's about all we have to test. Let me just take a little quick look and I'll be right back. Alright, we actually do have another antenna. It's the Abri. Trying to remember where this one came from. It's their 771. Let's try that one. Okay. We got 2.5. See if I hold it there. It doesn't really seem to make any difference, but it was 2.5. It's because the antenna is too close. So we got about 2.3. So that one's actually pretty decent. But it is binding on my connector here for some reason. But yeah, that so that one, I think that one and this other one, aren't they? They're reading about the same. Let's put that back over there. This is the one that just came with the Radtel, and I would say it's going to read about the same. 2.9, not really that good. So these all vary quite a bit. I mean, and the other thing is these antennas are kind of like, you don't have a ground plane. So when they're on the body of the radio, that does probably factor in a little bit. But what I can tell here is that this cheap antenna that came with the UB17 seems to be the best.
Mile marker 315. It's a wrong way driver. They're going southbound and northbound lanes. Do be advised that VAP is not currently in our jurisdiction. However, they're entering ours.
All these are really dependent on how you hold them, what you move them near. They move it near the TV, the SWR drops to 1.5. They lay it flat on the table, we get 4 to 1. So I get near these objects and it gets pretty good. So you're going to have to kind of take my research with a grain of salt, but obviously the bigger antennas are more broadbanded. The smaller antennas are less likely to be tuned to the frequency that you want. So I think 90% of the problem with most of these things are the antennas. This is 2.3. This is, let's see if it reacts the same way. That's funny. So this one here, I get it near the object, it gets worse. 2.2, and then 5. But why is the other one coupling? It's like it's as if it's coupling with the TV, and this one's not. This one, if I move it over by my server, it gets a little bit better. So it's kind of strange. I wouldn't think that these would be the lowest SWR antennas. I thought this one would be okay, but it's not. I knew that the Quan Chang ones weren't good because I've already tested them, and so have other people. And this one here, this has got to be broken. Why? What is wrong with this? Is there like a... When you smack it on the table, is it going to change? It actually did. It's 7 now. Look, it's 7. 6. I think this thing might have something loose in it. Wow. Okay. This thing's broken. Well, I just saw it go up to like 30. Make sure my wires are all normal. I don't know, guys. 7? What happens if we hold it like this? 8? 9? Alright, so this antenna is probably going to be a no-no. So, man, I don't know what to tell you guys. I would definitely check your antennas on your radios if you have a chance to do it some way or another. I don't really know of an antenna that I recommend. Everybody always said the genuine Nagoya antennas are great. I've had one before, and I never bothered to check it. It didn't really seem like anything special. It really did look like these 771 ripoffs. But yeah, so it seems like this antenna that comes with the TID radio and the ones that come with the K5s are really bad. And they're both in that 7 to 1 ballpark. Now, they're two 0.9 at 140. But we're not operating at 140. Let's see if this one reads the same way. I'm really just trying to make some sense of this video before I go ahead and upload this video. Like, I want a conclusion here. This one's 4-to-1 at 140, so it definitely gets better. Let's see, where does this stupid thing want to resonate? I'm going to go 120 megahertz, okay? And I have a feeling, look where the dip is, guys. The dip is at 130. So we have this dip. So this antenna is electrically too long. But now let's go check this antenna. And this is something that we didn't actually think about. But let's go to 500 megahertz. Okay. We have here, it's going to be a lot less accurate. So we have a dip at 131. Let me move this over here so you can see this. We have a dip at 131. Okay. What is that dip at? 1.5 megahertz at 131. You get to 135, 139. It's already up to 3-to-1. Okay, we have a little dip right at 200. 215. Okay. And we're looking good at 405. Okay, 412, 416, 420. So 420 is the low point. So really this antenna looks good on UHF. So I guess I've got more testing to do, guys. So this antenna is horrible on 2 meters and good on UHF. Okay, let's see if this one follows the same pattern. It does look like it, doesn't it? Yep. $462. This is like practically a GMRS antenna. We're under 2-to-1 at GMRS frequencies. Our dip is at 443. We have a dip at 215, but it's high. And 135, we're at 1.5. So these things are just kind of covering the band all in the wrong places. Let's try these ones now and see what these ones look like on UHF. Wow. Okay. So here we are. There's our dip. We're 1.2 at 139. Our dip right here is at 207. And then 412, 1.3. 416, 1.2. So we're seeing a pattern here where they start to get better at UHF. Okay, let's see this one. Sorry for the long video, guys, but we need the information. Okay. Even lower right here. This one's good at 435. And almost good at 210. And good at 150. So the dip is at 150. So like I said, this is the best antenna I've seen so far based on these things. This one right here comes with the UV17. Which means this one's probably in the same realm. So I've been throwing these antennas out. I usually don't use them. All right. 2.0 at 146, 600. A little bit of a dip right here. 220-ish. Okay. Where are we at on here? 446, we're 1.3. This is a good antenna. This is good. Sounds like we have some pretty crazy stuff going on the scanner tonight, guys. Wrong way drivers, high speed chases. I need my coffee. Okay. I don't think these two antennas are exactly the same, are they? Oh, yeah, I guess they are. Okay. So, for me, it looks like these are the better ones. Let's try the Abri 771, because I know I have two of these. Just go ahead and see what we get. My poor back is starting to hurt. That's what happens if you get into too many car accidents when you're younger. Wow, look at that. 1.1 at 446. Look how flat this thing is. 2.1. 2.0 at 220. And we don't want to be at 120 megahertz. Let's go 146. 2.3. So these antennas are definitely going to be good. But some of these other ones are really bad. So this Abri antenna tests pretty good. But still, I want to be better than a 2.1 SWR, guys. I don't want to be 2 point something on 2 meters. You don't lose a lot of power. I don't know how much, but you're going to lose some. This one sucks balls. And when I had it over here, it was way worse, but 2.9 at 146. The dip is at 454. These all favor UHF. So basically, if you're on UHF, I guess you're good to go. But 2 meters, you need to be real picky about your antennas, I guess. So, I hope we learned something here today, guys. Sometimes the worst antenna that you think is junk might not be. So I'm going to be using this guy on my TID radio. The TID one. I think there might be something wrong with the TID one, which sucks because I kind of like how it's made. I like the construction of it, but dude, it's off the chart. Weird. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And don't forget, if you liked what I'm doing here, please help my channel out. I'm being kind of hidden by YouTube lately. Even though I guess supposedly they're promoting smaller channels that do more raw content. I've been doing the raw content since day one. And I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers, but they basically put the brakes on me about a month ago. So when you put a comment down below and you give it a thumbs up, or you give it a thumbs down, or you say I don't like this video, it helps the channel grow. It helps feed the algorithm, and also it helps other people find the video. Thanks for watching, guys.